I'm Rabbi Michael Schadick. I am the rabbi of Temple Emanuel in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I'm currently in our temple library. So I remember one day seeing my dad haul out all this lumber and all these materials to build a sukkah, and I'm not even sure I knew what he was doing at the time, but it was so cool to have him build this hut in our the front of our house. And he said, invite people over and we'll play games inside. We will celebrate this holiday. And I think from those first memories, we always built a sukkah, and it became one of my, if not my favorite holiday. I love the idea of being outside in autumn and inviting folks in to share a meal and some conversation, and just to really appreciate the beauty of the season. And it's all tied so intimately, so connectedly to a Jewish holiday. So I had a really cool rabbi. He was hip, he was young, he was a lot of fun. And I looked at him and I said, wow, he has the best job in the world. He got to teach folks all the time. He was always in a great mood. He was always able to demonstrate joy as you interacted with him. And I said, wow, what a great job. He is with people when they celebrate moments of joy, and he's there to comfort and help them. And I knew early on, I think I was probably just a high school kid, like a first freshman or something. I was like, this is the job I want. So got really involved in my youth group and took a few years off after college, but never really looked back. And in that path to the rabbinate. Absolutely, teaching the kids. I love working with the bar mitzvah students. I love going to Sunday school classrooms and just schmoozing with the kids. I love interacting with them. I love giving them all high fives and hugs and just kind of, showing them that Judaism is an amazing faith to have as one's own, and it can be lots of fun, but also it can give you a lot of really wonderful moments in life that you will never, ever forget. I love the idea that at Temple Emanuel, when we light Shabbat candles, we don't only light a pair, we invite anyone who wishes to light a candle at the same time. So we have these little small candles, and on our bus, sometimes we have 20 or 30 people actually coming up to light a small candle from the two large ones that we have lit. And it really, I think, connects people with the symbolism, the light of Shabbat, joy the day brings in. And I haven't seen it many other places, but for me, it's a great way to welcome in the Sabbath, and something that I think more congregations should consider doing or, introducing to their communities. Prayer. My favorite prayer is sung on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. I remember hearing Avinu Malkeinu when I was fairly young, and I remember as a kid, I'm not sure I knew what it was at the time, but upon reflection, I remember sitting next to my grandmother in services and her saying sometimes, listen to this, it's really quite moving. And I remember that. And so when I went to middle school, I learned about the prayer. It really resounded with me. And, whenever I hear the words, as a rabbi in front of that ark, and with the congregation behind me, it just, I get shivers that I am so blessed to be leading a congregation, and I am hearing the words that my grandmother reminded me to listen to when I was a kid. Absolute Sukkot, no question about it. I love the High Holy Days. I love Pesach, but they're filled with obligations for me. Sukkot, it is the best. You build that sukkah. I have been building one in my backyard, for decades, lighting it up as bright as it can be, decorating it. My neighbors come over, my friends come over, feet on a table, relaxing in the sukkah when I can, smelling the season of fall. No question about it, hands down. I wish more people would embrace the idea that Sukkot should be part of their family's yearly holiday observance. Many people are, I think, put off with the construction, but absolutely best holiday there is. Food absolutely is chopped liver. I am a chef. My wife cooks nothing. I learned the secret of chopped liver from my grandmother, and that is schmaltz. And no matter where I am, if I'm near a kosher market on the east side of Michigan, I stock up on schmaltz because I know I'm going to need it to make chopped liver. We've been having at Temple Emanuel over the years deli nights. Who makes a chopped liver for 120 people? This rabbi. Between the schmaltz and the onions, absolutely, it's chopped liver. I think to be Jewish means to understand that we have an obligation to bring God's presence to the community, to the world. I am a firm believer in the idea, and it's maybe seen as trite by some, but the idea that the world is waiting for our participation, waiting for our help to repair it. There is so much need, so much pain, so much brokenness. And Judaism says to us as its adherents that we can't sit back and watch the world go by. We have to be invested in it and do something to improve it while we're here. And Judaism provides us with that paradigm, that path, that model, that chance for us to take the best of our faith, which is to see every human being is made in God's creation, God's image, that is, and just, touch others and to do things to improve the world in which we live. I shudder to think that some Jews, don't think about Judaism in terms of this, because for me, this is the message. Our job is to improve the world, to extend ourselves to others, to show love and caring and concern and assistance whenever we can. And if we're not doing that, I think we're not living according to what God's expectations for us really are. You might call these the mitzvot, the obligations we have, but in a general sense, how do we live our lives without repairing the world, I think is a mistake. We need, in fact, to engage in tikkun olam in its every facet that you can think of, whether it's simply helping someone in need or talking about the big issues of the day. It's really about repair and restoration of something better than we have left, better than we're seeing right now. We shouldn't be leaving this world at the end of our lives not having done something for others, service of others. Know that there is a lot of joy in being a rabbi. There are moments of great celebration when you're with families, with children, chance to study. It's great, but please remember that the rabbinate is not without politics, and there are sometimes too many meetings and too many opinions and too many arguments and too many issues that, take away from what would be, in my opinion, the rabbi's key role. So the rabbi of any congregation has to learn how to maneuver the politics of the position. And there are politics and there are challenges when you're dealing with communities, people that have diverse opinions about how to worship, how to spend money, how not to spend money, how to do the things that make a synagogue run each and every day. So about 8 years ago, I had fallen into a lack of exercise. And so I got myself into the CrossFit craze. And right now I have been going for years to my local CrossFit gym. I went this morning, I went yesterday, and I find that CrossFit gives me a sense of peace. It makes me feel better about myself, and it also makes me a healthier rabbi. So I would encourage anyone, whether it's CrossFit or any other exercise program, to find the time, to make the time. So, for me, it's doing pull-ups, it's lifting weights, it's doing all the stuff that CrossFit encourages its adherents to do. And I mean, my members know here at Temple Emanuel, I'm a big exerciser. Some people over the years have called me, sort of in passing, the ripped rabbi. We are very welcoming. If folks want to take the trip across the state from the east side to the west side, we think the west side is far nicer as far as the environment. Come over here and join us on a Friday evening for Shabbat services as you're traveling, perhaps to a summer destination. We are a warm and welcoming congregation. I know many people say that, but I think it's true here. We're Hamish. You don't have to get dressed up in a jacket and tie to come to Temple Emanuel. We'd love to welcome you. And I think that some people forget about the congregation on the west side of Michigan. And we've been there for a very long time, 1857. And we'd love to see more folks. The thing is, we do get guests, certainly for B'nai Mitzvah ceremonies from Detroit, Chicago. And so many people say, wow, you guys have a good thing going here. I'm like, yeah, we do. Come back.